Now let's head back to Pasadena, California to the Art Center Classic Car Show.
The car hobby has gone through a lot of design changes and fads over the years, and one of the periods of time when an exciting step was taken to where it was just totally different, somebody that just went away from what was the traditional design, was the Dune Buggy kind of design, where fiberglass bodies were made to put on Volkswagens. And we have a gentleman here who I think can take credit for starting all of that, plus making the body style that is the most known in the world for that. Bruce Meyers, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you. Taking credit for that, no, I'm probably to be blamed for that. But whatever I did 35 or 40 years ago is because I just didn't really come out of an art school that taught you how to design cars. I spent a lot of years in art schools. I come from painting and drawing figures. I taught figure drawing. But I guess what I brought along from those figure drawing days was a sense of movement, a sense of being alive. And the Dune Buggy was not designed knowing anything about designing cars. Had I known all the rules of designing cars, I probably wouldn't have the Dune Buggy today.
Yeah, you wouldn't have done it. So the Manx is really well known, and there seems to be a real resurgence on finding the old ones and restoring them, so that must make you feel good.
I think we're in a huge age of nostalgia. People are doing things just faking nostalgia, creating cars that look like they were dragged out of a barn 40 years ago and they're brand new, but they're made to look old.
Right.
So nostalgia must be really hot today. But today the resurgence of the Meyers Manx came about by the fact that I was invited to Europe back in 1994 to attend a huge rally at Le Mans racetrack put on by a publisher of car magazines, Jackie Morrell. I was over there almost 3 weeks with my wife. And he said, "You're the only guy that can recreate this. You created it in the beginning. You're the only one that can make it happen again. So go home and do this. Build a new Manx of the 90s. That's this car."
So when I think of designs that come out of the Art Center, I think of elegance and I think of unusual and different. What the Manx says to me anyway, and I bet a lot of people, it just screams of fun. It's just you're going to have nothing but a good time in this vehicle.
You know, several years ago I gave a slideshow at this school about that, and I tried to give you the recipe as to what the Manx came from. And I said, though, in those days that, well, first of all, I had a big art background in art schools. I also worked in fiberglass boat building. So there you are. I was also a surfer and a beach boy, so you're a bit of a rebel. You don't care about tomorrow's profit. I tried to say that this is the reason, or the recipe for the Manx, but Strother McMinn, my old sweetheart friend, he said, "That's all nonsense. That all just came out of your hunches, your inner feelings." He says, "All that's nice to say, Bruce, to a great big audience, but he says it's really your intuitions that led you away, because you have a great sense of form and line." So I'll take that.
All right. Well, thank you, Bruce.
Good.